So look, so we had here about a 15 to 18 pound ribeye. It went into the dry ager for 40 days. So that dry ager, what it does, it concentrates the taste, the juices inside the steak. So what we're cleaning up is actually the bacteria of the dry age. It actually gives it a distinct taste, and look how beautiful it turns out. It's amazing. Where does the best beef in the world come from? Let's find out. My name is Rafael Hernandez. I'm a beef specialist. My mission is to travel all over the world and recognize those that are making a difference in the industry. My focus is on two things: animal healthcare and a better way of eating. From the ranches to the packing plants to the restaurants, I'll be working with the best people and seeing how they contribute to that melt in your mouth, perfectly marbled slice of beef. Join me in my international journey to bring people the best beef in the world. Life is beautiful. Taste it. Just an hour drive south of Cancun lies Playa del Carmen, an exotic town with amazing beaches and luxury resorts. And I'm in town for the best, their Fairmont Mayakoba. At nearly 100 acres, the Fairmont Mayakoba is one of the largest resorts in the region, a perfect place for the rich and famous to lose themselves in tropical paradise. And it's so big, we nearly lost ourselves finding the restaurant. This is as natural as it gets.
¿Cómo era la canción de
In the jungle, the mighty. We finally meet the executive chef and get a special treat, a grand tour of the entire resort.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo has ido? ¿Cómo vas?
El tour.
O sea, bienvenido, Tauro.
Welcome to the jungle, Guns N' Roses, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. So that's what is beautiful here, because if you stay here, you're living in nature. You have all like these wild animals here. You can find from cougars.
Really, you see them walking around.
Yeah, you don't see them walking around, but like whenever they find one, they will relocate somewhere else. But we have found them. Yeah, wow. And then there's this little type of looking monkeys. They're called coatis. Coatis. They look like a between an ant eater and a monkey.
Really?
Yeah. And sometimes you see them in the golf course. So as you see, everything's keeping inside the nature, right? So we have nature.
Like
canals,
jungle-like vegetation, a pristine PGA golf course. So this is a PGA golf course. You don't have many in Mexico.
No, we were the only one until I think last year.
Recently, yeah.
It hosts us every fall. So between the last maybe week of October to the first week of November.
Every turn has a new surprise. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? You're flying around the world, filming some stuff, and you get to enjoy the kitchen and the beach at the same time. Cancun, Mexico. The last stop on our tour is the crown jewel, Tara Steakhouse.
This is the main entrance for the restaurant Tauro.
So this is Tauro.
Yeah, this is Tauro. So this is our steakhouse, American steakhouse. This is where we're gonna have all the magic working right now.
I saw that. We saw your dry agers in there. I
Yes.
fell in love with it. So we're here at the Fairmont Mayakoba, Cancun. We're gonna get the Grand Tour Elegance from the chef and the sous chef, and we're actually pretty excited because, as you know, it's a 5-star restaurant and a 5-star hotel. So what does that mean? So there's rating around the world, and usually it's 1 to 4. The 5s are minimal around the world, and when you have it, this is what you're expecting. Elegance. It's just amazing.
Hi, I'm Daniel Noguera. I'm the executive chef of the Fairmont Mayakoba. And one thing here that we do great is we started this dry aging program at our restaurant Tauro. I want to welcome you all you guys here to our newest steakhouse.
Buenas tardes, un placer recibirlos. Mi nombre es Christian Schmuber, chef del restaurante Tauro, Steakhouse norteamericano del Fairmont Mayakoba.
Take a look at this. I mean, I fell in love with it. I think they did a great job. I love the colors, all the decor. They use glass, wood, but they also use blues because they're in the beach. So Cancun, Mexico, Mayakoba, Fairmont Hotels. Chefs are coming in a couple of bits. We're going to have some good lunch. And we're going to take advantage of this here. The Tauro team seems to know me well. The first place they take me, the dry age room. I'm like a kid in a candy store. And I want to talk about this. Chef, quiero platicar de esto.
Perfecto.
Está esto. Este es el juguete de un niño grande como yo.
Totalmente.
Lo ves y yo esto lo quiero en mi. Quiero la televisión y quiero esto enseguida en mi casa, ¿no? Está fenomenal.
Lo mismo sucede.
I mean, well, if you don't have a dry ager, it's pretty tough to become a high-five-star restaurant. Well, no, unless you're a sushi place, but then it's a whole different thing. So this is really a steakhouse. They have a dry ager, and of course you could have from a tomahawk to a porterhouse all the way down to a ribeye. And guys, dry aging is not cheap. After drooling over dry aged beef, I got to see something you don't get to see very often. The preparation of dry aged steaks. Getting to film the process is a special privilege. No, so the chef says he's got a thing for the dry ager. He really wants to do it himself. Keep in mind it's been in the ager prime for 40 some days. So if something goes wrong, a cut, you're looking at a steak in your plate, you put it in there and it's all crooked. He's a chef, so it's a perfectionist. He's look, I have to do this myself. There's a lot of time involved. It's expensive product. Been there for 40 days, so he just wants to do it himself. Plus, he loves it. It soothes him. He says he loves it. So the chef, what he does is as soon as it comes in, he actually puts the day that came in, the day he put in the dryer. He puts what it is, so it's ribeye, bone in. And then what else does he have here? And then he has the brand, so it's Creekstone Farms. And what is it? And what grade is it? Prime. So Creekstone Farms, prime, bone in ribeye. Guess what we're having for lunch? Yeah, so, actually the machine serves a purpose here. First of all, you want a straight end cut, make sure that there's no imperfections on it. It's a beautiful product, so you don't want to mess with it. At the end of the day, it's still bone inside, so most of this stuff has bone. So keep in mind that someone has to go through that bone, and why not cut it all the way through with the electric one? So if you were going to cut it by hand, you would need a handsaw. This is about almost 12 inches thick to 16 inches thick, so it's a pretty voluptuous size of meat, and it's going to require a lot of help. You might get one piece, maybe two, but after that third piece, your hand will be crazy, and that cut will be all over the place. So look, we had here about a 15 to 18 pound ribeye. It went into the dry ager for 40 days. So that dry ager, what it does, starts breaking the bacteria starts breaking into the meat. So it slowly tenderizes the softness. Don't forget it's bacteria. So what we're cleaning up is actually the bacteria of the dry age. Nothing harmful. It actually gives it a taste, a distinct taste, kind of between like a dry blood to acidy smell. And look how beautiful it turns out. It's amazing. We could already feel the softness just looking at it. I mean, look at the bends on the fat itself when you see it. It's beautiful. You started with an 18 pound piece of meat. It becomes around 16 to 15 because it starts drying itself in. So it's a lot of loss, a lot of work, and a lot of love into this. So there we go. Well, if you notice that now we have a whole ribeye. And we actually got about 7 or 8 slices, about a 1.5 inch thickness. But then we have those edges, we actually clean it up, the edges on the side and all the top layers. So we might be able to use some of the end pieces, maybe, small little pieces, and that's actually just for the kitchen. So some people use it for hamburger. You would have to put it on the menu, dry aged meat, hamburger meat, because it don't have a distinct taste to it. It's high in bacteria. The smell of freshly cut dry aged beef is a religious experience. Let's see how these bad boys cook up. As expected from a first-class restaurant, the chef makes quick work out of the raw product. So you come down to Mayakoba, this is the place that's happening. This is the high-end place of it. Of course, you have other restaurants around the pool area, down to the beach, but this one serves about 200 people a night. So, pretty busy kitchen. And keep in mind that 30-40% of the kitchen is steaks. So this is my type of kitchen. So a lot of these are actually dry aged, about 28 days. And actually pretty good. Amazing job. They're all prime, so they're doing a good job. And then we have the tomahawks that are wet aged. So, 21, 28 days wet aging. What that means, it's actually the full ribeye, which is about the 7 bone. It's inside the bag. You leave it inside the refrigerator for about 21 to 28 days, and you wet age it. Don't open it up, and the cryovac, and that's called wet aging. It softens the meat up a little. The bacteria starts forming inside. It helps a lot with the softness and helps a lot with the taste. So what these guys do here is pretty much taking the meat down to the tables, because all these guys want to know what they're eating, especially when you're paying for a nice prime tomahawk. Take it out to the table, let them choose their piece of meat, and then bring it straight to the grill. You see what you get. So at the end of the day, what they're saying is just quality over quantity, and they buy the best. That's the Mayakoba 5-star hotel here. Seven people on that side, 7 people on this side, 7 on that side, so it's actually about 19, 20 people helping. Everybody has a job in around the kitchen. So the chef actually is treating us to some lunch here, and they invited us. So we're gonna have an amazing lunch here with all. Almost done. Soon we are served a feast fit for a king. And that's exactly what I feel like. I mean, look at all that decadent food. More sides than I can count. And more varieties of steaks than I could think of.
¿Qué tienes acá? ¿Qué cortes aquí por acá? Acá tenemos el ribeye que les había comentado.
Okay, ribeye.
Tenemos el madurado, el añejado. El Kansas añejado 28 días, tenemos comentado.
We have a ribeye out there on that side. We actually have a, what is this here? Strip loin?
That's the bone-in ribeye.
Oh, that's a bone-in ribeye. Look at that cut. Who cut that? You did? I mean, look.
One of our
It's
real
like,
masters.
It's like they knew it was coming to the camera. I mean, it's not only tasty, but you can tell that these guys are perfectionists when it comes to slicing a piece of meat. And then we have a strip loin over here. This is actually what I've been trying to, this is something I got to taste. 28 days, dry aged. And strip loin, I gotta try that. And then we have a tomahawk, of course, you can't go wrong with that. Every man's dream, a tomahawk. Guys, it's perfection. It's from Mayakoba.
Is it? This is it. So enjoy, please. Come on.
Thank you.
Just have a sit. Just eat.
¿Tienen refrescos? Solo unas cucharitas, yeah. I gotta try this 28-day dry aged strip loin. I gotta try it. What a great taste. New York strip, tomahawk, ribeye, dry age, wet age. Each bite is better than the last. All I could say is wow. For out there, for those connoisseurs of beef that they know what they're talking about, come to the beach, come to Cancun, come to Mayakoba, and come try our Creekstone Farms dry aged beef. Heaven. What an awesome little escape from Cancun. Wait a second. Did I say a little? This place was massive, gorgeous, and flat out impressive. Did I mention delicious?